Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of Broken Theory. Today we got the homie SMOKEE-O. What's good?
What's up, Fly Nonsense? What's good with you?
My brother, I appreciate you taking some time, to chat with us.
Yeah, no doubt. Pleasure all mine, man.
For sure, man. I definitely wanted to just reach out and, see where this music journey started with you.
Yeah, oh, man. He going back. I'm from North Carolina, right? Mm-hmm. Born and raised. Boom, for me, going to New York in the 80s and when the culture was the culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the breakdancing to the graffiti and then the ciphers. So when I would go visit family up there, I come back home and was going into North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? And it's just, you start off with the baby rhymes and then you just progress into your own. So I've been doing it for over 20 years. I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
At what age did you start making your own?
Yeah, really starting to make music and get into like 14.
Okay, what year was that?
14. That's like 91, 92.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely was a different time back then, man. There was no streaming platforms. You most likely had to go to a real actual studio in order to record, or you had a cassette. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, listen, my man from Connecticut, right?
Uh-huh.
So you mentioned 14. I'm doing it on the low, right? Nobody really is rhyming around me. I'm the rapper in my neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
So my man come down from Connecticut. Back in the day we used to flip.
Yeah.
Flipping was a thing.
Yeah.
So I was nice with the flipping. He was nice with the flipping. We didn't like each other because it was this girl that was in the mix. So, light skinned nigga, pardon my language, but light skinned dude come down from Connecticut, right? And the girl I was on him. So we had beef, but then we found out that we rhymed.
Yeah.
So, oh man. So from there we made a group. So what used to happen, we couldn't afford a studio right then, but we used to rhyme on, I had a karaoke machine with the 2 tape decks and 2 mics. And when I tell you those instrumentals on like, let me tell you what we used to rhyme to. The Roots. I can't think of the song now. It was a Roots instrumental and something else. Man, we made so many rhymes to them, just those 2 instrumentals, bro.
Yeah, I can imagine, bro. Because, back in the day, there was no YouTube, so you ain't really have many options. If you had one instrumental, you was doing that one instrumental every time you had it.
Every time. I mean, we made so many songs to that.
Yeah.
To them 2 instrumentals, bro.
I feel it, man. So how did it progress to where it is right now? You know what I mean? You making your first record on a karaoke machine at 14 in 1992. Now where you at right now, talk about that progress and what it took to get where you at right now.
Yeah, so from the karaoke machine, same dude, shout out to High Sun, shout him out real quick. So his mom knew this guy who had a studio. And so he heard our little tape, and he was like, come through. He didn't charge us for the studio sessions. And him and I came up with a group called the Gun Runners, where his cousin and another mutual friend of ours, 4 of us. And so from that, we made 2 songs in the studio. One of them was real hard, and the other one was like radio friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And then so the local radio station in North Carolina, they played our joint, and we was like little local celebrities, right?
Yeah.
And so that led into a record deal that we got. I didn't even know what a 360 was then. They had to be like a 360 times 5 or something, but we were so hyped, we didn't really care. It was, for us, it was big. It was like our song was on the radio.
That status.
We was already like popular fly kids in school anyway, so it just kind of went with everything. So we didn't even read no contract. It was just like, man, they put it in front of us, and we just signed our names.
Can we talk about that for a second real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
How was it like navigating, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't say specifically it was a 360, but what was it like navigating that contract?
So come to find out, like in hindsight, we didn't own, it's kind of like a typical major label, right? They own your image. They own, if people don't understand, if whoever owns the master owns the music.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And so they own our image. They own we cut like maybe it was supposed to be a demo that we were shopping for a production deal for them. So what ended up happening in the details of the contract, they took our name. Well, what ended up happening was we did a couple of shows. That was pretty cool, but they had other artists they was working with, and what ended up happening ultimately was they took our names, they took the music, and they just ghosted us and just like ran off with the music. I think they got a production deal out of what we had, what we cut, you know. And this is one of those things, like I said, the verbiage of 360 had no idea what that was there. And it's messed up. Like the record business can be, it is predatory business and taking care of talent. So it's like you learn over years that progressed. So to continue that story, so him and I, we kind of went separate. We were disappointed by it, bro. Like we was heartbroken about it, and we were still friends. And all this is in high school. So this rolls into from 92 to karaoke to 97 when we graduated high school. And that summer we were able to tour and we did all these little tours. And then we realized we were getting jerked and they just ghosted us. So that broke our heart. Right?
So they ghosted y'all because y'all said something about it, or like?
I wish I could remember. I think my man Mom said something about it. Because we would, like, we'd be going on the weekends, and so she was okay with that. She had questions or whatever.
Of course.
My dad had questions or whatever.
Yeah.
But his mom was really instrumental, like what, so let me see. I guess she had read the contract, and that's now I'm thinking about it. She read the contract, so she didn't really understand it, but she knew what,
certain
a jerk move.
Was.
Yeah,
yep.
She knew what it was. And she just asked too many questions.
And that's why they left y'all alone.
And that's why they left us alone. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nah. But everything works out, for the better. You know what I'm saying? Because especially in a situation like that, it probably would have only got worse. You know what I'm saying?
It would have definitely got worse. Had
y'all popped off right then and there at that time, you wouldn't have owned nothing. You probably wouldn't see no money from it.
That's what him and I said years later. Right? We was like thankful for that. Because it taught us real quick. No, you got to read the contract. You got to understand certain words. Like we do that still young and still having that experience early on. And like you said, if things had blown and it would have just been a bigger hole to get out of.
Oh, yeah.
So it was easy to cut losses.
Yep.
When they ghosted us.
Yep. Absolutely.
Very easy. So that was So that interesting thing. So that it broke our heart. So he ended up going back to Connecticut for a little bit. And what ended up happening then, so he ended up coming back eventually, but he had started that, so it was another crew. We were from different cities. And so he came back. Him and I was still cool to this day, but he had started this it was another situation going on, so he ran with that. And they had it popping, Slang U. Oh man. So they had this whole movement. That group was Slang U, and they was real nice. All these people I knew. Like, you know what I'm saying? We went to the same school, whatever. So my situation, so the same guy that we were cutting at the studio, he took me under his wing. He was like, yo, you can continue to record here. Like, you got it, bro. Like, you got the voice, you got the cadence, you can do this. And so that situation, so then it's like I'm doing a solo thing. I think with that situation, that taught me a lot too, and it was nothing malicious that happened.
Yeah.
But again, it's not who owns the master. whoever owns the master, right?
Yeah.
And so, but that did allow me a chance to do some more tour. During this time, this is like 2000 now, 99, 2000. P. Pablo had just blew up, and so he's from around my way as well. So We did some tour with him a little bit, did an open act. There was another artist that he was trying to, the dude from the studio was trying to blow up. He was an older guy. And that was the main focus of that situation. And I was just there for the ride, but it taught me a lot. It taught me to touring a little bit better. It taught me to, a lot more. Again, looking into, now that wasn't a contract, that was more like a verbal agreement. But it did teach me some things about, again, just the industry. So from there, from that part, I went to Full Sail. That's how I ended up in Florida. So this is like 2001. So I go to Full Sail, the recording engineering program. And then while I was there, they started the bachelor's program for business. So I did all that. Obviously, it's education. So I learned a lot going on with both situations with that.
Oh, yeah.
And so from there, I got an internship at Patchwork in Atlanta, and that was cool. So it's so many funny stories about that. So my first or second day at Patchwork doing the internship, right? Jeezy is recording his solo album, and it was done. And so somebody there, I don't know, I can't remember exactly what position this person held. But anyway, somebody there that was carding his album, the tapes, because back then the studio was like tapes.
Oh, yeah.
Move it to another room. Somebody had bootleg his joint.
Oh, no.
And so Jeezy showed up at the studio with his peoples, and they put a whooping on my man, It was just funny, funny little stories like that. You see that, like, wow.
People don't play with that.
Nah, not at all.
Nah, absolutely. That's one thing you don't play with, man.
Yeah, man. So from there, like, I from the internship, I got another. Well, in Atlanta, it was this lady that was a part of this glam. This old white lady. She was like, I think she was maybe 70-something years old, but she was a part of this glam rock band back in the day. Okay. They had mediocre success or whatever. But she had a nice studio in her crib. And so she looked me on, she just found me somehow. She was like, hey, I want you to come run the studio. You got, it's yours. You do whatever. We're gonna split the money, type of thing. This is yours. And that fell apart though. I had a car, so I'm fresh out of college. I had this little Jetta, and at the time I had a situation. I had to go back and forth from North Carolina for some court stuff, some legal stuff I had to straighten out. But the car ended up breaking down, and so I couldn't make the moves, even though I had this whole studio. And I couldn't make the man. So that ended up I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just bounce. So I went back to Florida, and I was able to get a A&R job at Sony, Latin division of Sony in Miami. Okay. And that was cool. So now I'm seeing stuff in the industry behind the scenes, right? The man behind the curtain and stuff. And I'm just absorbing all this, taking it all in, like taking the notes down. Then this is around the time of the MySpace, right? So once the whole MySpace thing popped, shout out to Soulja Boy. I used to hate on my man, but I can't hate on him. Nah. But that changed the industry. So people were getting fired left and right, and losing jobs. There's some people I work with at Sony, man. This one guy, I can't think of his name. Unfortunately, he had been at Sony for 30 years, something like that. And he killed himself. Yeah. Yeah, like he didn't know anything but the music business and been there. And but it shifted. The point of that is that the music industry shifted to
it's still shifting to this day.
It's still shifting. Yeah, it's still trying to find its footing, right? Yeah. And but yeah, so that led into, I was like, now I got all this knowledge and experience. I got my peoples one guy, shout out to Donnie Cook. he was serious about rhyming. So I brought him along. I was like, look, we're gonna do this. We're gonna figure out this online thing. And we'll just do a mixtape and we put it out. And then that did really good. You know what I mean? So
for sure.
Then I had to go away for a little bit, had to go on the road for like a year. I did a baby bid, you know what I mean, on that crazy. But then so I get out, it's full steam, and took some, I got family and kids and stuff, so it was just like taking my time with all of this and starting a label from scratch. And so my project, Life in the Key of D, come out on the 14th.
Okay.
And that's like the first release from the label. And that's where I'm at now.
Nah,
now
we're in.
Yeah.
So having all of that behind the scenes knowledge, how is that affecting you as an artist right now? I know you said you're being careful putting out the project. All of the singles we're hitting that are up, that I've listened to. I think you have 3 singles out right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How are you able to kind of curate what your debut album should be like, knowing all of the things that you know and seeing all of those experiences?
That's a good question, bro. I think I would start, when I first start to answer that question, as being authentic, right? So I think that, and it's no shade to anybody. I'm a very, right brain person. Creativity is creativity,
sure.
But we just in a landscape where it's cookie cutter.
Yep.
And that's what's popping. So behind the scenes, I realized from a business standpoint, that's what they want. But you know what I'm saying? They feel like that's what it's almost like it's a proven formula, and it's not.
Yeah.
And it's weird because seeing it's like, music is not proving anything.
Nope. And there's always going to be a glitch. There's always going to be an exception.
Absolutely,
and
man.
The more that you follow people, you know what I'm saying, from when they're smaller, like, let's just say, I'm just going to use this as an example. You know what I'm saying? Wiz Khalifa, when he was first coming on, nobody would have understood from what he was doing that he would do the stuff that he ended up doing. Same thing with Currency. You know what I mean?
Same thing with Currency.
He had multiple deals, and, it took him a little while to figure out his style, and people were trying to make him do other things than what he
other things.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I understand what you're saying, because that cookie cutter formula, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you got to talk about the guns. You got to talk about the hoes. You got to talk about the clothes. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, that's not me. I got to be authentic to myself, just like you said.
Got to.
What are some of the ways that... Yeah, absolutely. What are some of the ways that you kind of check yourself to like where you maybe feel like, this ain't aligning with what I'm doing, or this ain't what I want?
Right.
Is there any ways that you kind of just like stay true and authentic to yourself with the music?
Yeah, I just I think it's you create a bubble, right? Or I don't really, I can't say I don't listen to music other than mine, because that's not true.
Yeah.
But it's something. It's like, I'll give you an example, man. As far as listening to music as a fan of music, the last couple of things I listened to was Kendrick album, GNX. Let's see, probably the last song I played was Tash from the Alcoholics.
Okay.
He got a song out that's crazy. But other than that, I don't listen to other artists' music. Now it's funny you say that, because like your videos, when I'm on IG and I scroll through, I already know you're gonna have some fire. And so I'm always, it's inspiring. Like yourself and other people, seeing them be authentic makes me want to helps me continue to be authentic.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate
that. Yeah, no, that's
some days speaking on authenticity, some days, I struggle with like, how can I say this? The cookie cutter shit. it's popular
to get some money.
So like exactly. It's like me doing my lane, and like, you know, I know boom bap, you know, it's not as popular as, you know, the 90s when it was first coming out, but you know, there's always that temptation of like, all right, well, I could step into Afro beats, I could do R&B, I could do all of this, but just me staying true to like what I like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it feels good to hear that type of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna say. I appreciate it.
I can't even say think. I know that's key. Right? That's a key thing. And it's a double-edged sword, right? I think some things should have kept being gatekept or gatekeeping, gatekept. But then at the same time, there's a whole other, and it's cool. I think this is the thing. I think that it's okay. Hip hop has always had this multifaceted art, right? Like you had Tribe out with something hot at the same time Mobb Deep was out with something hot, as well as a Lil Kim. You just had these acts that whatever you felt that, and it's been like that since the commercialization of hip hop, right? It's just been you had a smorgasbord of what you wanted to taste that day,
for sure,
and it was thriving. I think the problem now is it's not. It's there's only a couple of things on the menu.
Yeah,
and people don't like that. And not to always make this case point with the likes of Sexy Red. I'm not a fan of Sexy Red. I'm glad that she's able to. I'm not a hater, so I'm glad she got an opportunity to do this. But when you realize, back when the Rich Baby Daddy song, she had an alley-oop from Drake, right? There was an alley-oop, and I feel like she dunked it too.
Okay,
right? She took it and dunked it. But when she went to go on tour, they had to cancel the tour because she won't sell the tickets. Why? Because that just lets you know a lot of people not really listening to her music.
Yeah, but it goes back to that cookie cutter formula for success. They think a cosign from Drake means this person's gonna sell out, and that doesn't always necessarily mean that. You know what I mean?
Right.
The people, you got to look at the landscape. Those people for Rich Baby Daddy, are they showing up to concerts? No.
Right.
They're not.
No.
They're not even buying music. They're not buying
even
merch. They're not doing any of that stuff. So it's like with the landscape, if you know, people could do the cookie cutter method, but it's not always going to work if you don't know your landscape, your audience, those behaviors, what they're into and stuff like that. You know, that's the type of stuff maybe virtually you can make money. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you know, over time, but you're not going to cash out. You know what I'm saying?
You're not going to cash out. You're not.
For me,
you know that.
Because it's seasonal. You know what I'm saying? Those people that go for that type of music, at one point they're in the club all the time, but when they get out of that phase, they're not listening to that no more.
Right, man, you hit it right on the head.
It's like with the Little Pumps and the Smoke Perps and all of the you know, the SoundCloud rappers. What happens when those kids grow up and they don't want to listen to that no more?
And they don't want to listen to it anymore. And now they got mortgages. They got kids. They got teenagers.
Yeah. And they thought the money wouldn't stop.
They thought the money wouldn't stop. And I think that to run parallel with that thought that you just had, that's why you got people like a Kid and Play or Big Daddy Kane or
Shout out Kid, man. Shout out Kid.
Yeah. They can still tour and do tours now and do shows.
Yep.
Because the music they were doing, well, it's a different era, so there's an ingredient of nostalgia there. But it resonated with those people that grew up with it.
Yeah, but so that even passes down to their children. Because you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna say that, you know, like I got put on the Fresh Prince, and to this day, if he go on tour, you know what I'm saying? Like I would love to hear the old stuff. You know what I'm saying? As well as the new stuff. If he's making new stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because it looks like he might drop a new album soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah,
you know that's dope though. You know what I'm saying? There's no limit on creativity. You know what I'm saying? If he's bored with the movies and now he want to do music again, that's fine, bro. We shouldn't cap our legends out. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's fire. And I always tell people too that hip hop is 51 years old now.
Yeah.
So it's still you can have a 50-year-old rapper because the genre is still young.
Oh yeah.
And so you got people in their 40s like myself, you got people in their 30s that also grew up with hip hop.
Yeah.
So it's not an age thing. And that's the crazy part. Labels, I think they are making a mistake basing off this cookie cutter formula and we already know how the streaming system is. That's why they do that. They got it set up where if you streaming it, we're gonna make the money off the streaming and whatever.
Yeah, but you're not really making no money though. When it comes down to it, you know what I'm saying?
But the artist isn't.
The artist is, yeah. But even the labels, bro, the 0.0003 they getting per stream, it's all going to the label, and then the artist is getting maybe 20% of that. So if they making 40 grand, the artist ain't really making enough to base their lifestyle. And that's why you see all these people. I'm not gonna throw no names out because I respect these people, but you see a lot of these old rappers in people's DMs talking about send me the hottest rapper, send what clothing brands is what, you know what I mean? Because they trying to make some bread.
They try to make some bread.
Masters. They don't have no bread from, you know what I'm saying? The labels is eating off of they presumptuous deals that they did before. But it is what it is, man. You learn as you go.
You learn as you go.
Yep.
Learn as you go.
How important?
I got a question.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro. I
got a question for you. How do you? Because I had a thought. Not to step on you, but
nah, you good.
Did you? How do you think that as far as now? Because I think I just seen where I was reading it earlier and I got lost in. Universal inked a new deal with Spotify about changing the radio, but from my glance at reading the article, it was about audiobooks. But somehow it was a new deal that would affect independent artists, period. Like another deal that's going to come down the pipeline where streaming is just obsolete for a musician to make some money on. But do you think that bubble is going to eventually pop?
Oh yeah,
or it's just going to kind of keep going?
I think the people that like me, I'm inspired by like the Russes, the La Russells, the people that are like directly like, yo, I'm gonna thug this out right now. I don't care if it's 2 people that buy my new album and I'm getting $20 per share. You know what I'm saying? For that, I'm making way more money than I would chasing these streams, asking people that don't give a fuck about the art to listen to my music. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like these corporations, like I looked at it, I don't know the exact numbers and stuff like that, but the Spotify people, they paying themselves hundreds of millions of dollars because of all of the unclaimed royalties that people don't know that they're entitled to. And they made it even worse now because if you don't have 1,000 streams on your song, you don't get paid now.
You don't get paid, right?
So it's like, and people are still making music on like for these platforms. So for me, I'm looking at it like, why would I continue to keep feeding that beast? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm gonna make with my new album, Breauxkin Blues. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's a complete instrumental album, and I had got Currency to listen to my beats last year. So I went off in a loop, and when I first got started, when I was homeless in 2017, I started making beats. I was an artist first, but one of my goals was, Currency got me through that time. You know what I'm saying? I was listening his story in general, you know what I'm saying, about ownership and everything, the way he bounced around the industry. I learned from his lessons. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a blessing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. And him preaching ownership and staying down on the grind and stuff, it got me through my hard times, you know what I'm saying? Like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel type shit. So, I was just forever respectful for that. And then when he heard my music and was rocking with it, I went off down a whole loophole of creating beats, you know what I'm saying, for him. You know what I'm saying? To where I've already been doing that for years, but like I specifically locked in and was like, yo, I'm gonna just keep
with him, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna just start sending him shit. And I didn't hear nothing back. So, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to let these joints waste. I know I created something for him. As a fan, I wanted to make like the ultimate Currency tape. Let's just put it that way. And
yeah.
So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to just put it out like this. I wanted to do an instrumental album. This is going to be the first one. You know what I'm saying? And the day it came out, which was Martin Luther King Day, he went on his Twitch and was streaming it live. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah, and then he hit me up to listen to, you know what I'm saying? And that wasn't even going to happen unless, you know what I'm saying, I went for it.
Unless you did it. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like now something may be in motion, may not be, you know what I'm saying? Can't really speak on nothing, but you know, God is the greatest, bro. I'm gonna just say.
Nah, man,
but it goes back. It goes back to as far as like the direct to fans, because that day, the people that bought, I did it to where they could pay like whatever they wanted. So it was just for the digital at first, and you know, I like the first sale I think was like $33 the person paid me for the digital version. Right. You know, people won't even pay $1 sometimes. So it's like that $33 purchase, I think it equaled out to like 16,000 streams or something like that. That's how much it would have took me to make that amount of money. So it's like we playing the game ass backwards. You know what I'm saying? Like chasing dreams instead of putting money in our pocket directly. These people don't even pay us until months later. You know what I'm saying?
Months later, right.
And then we got to request the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to request the money.
So it's like, you know, I've been studying the game for a minute. I see what's going on, and I ain't with it. I'm not gonna continue to feed the system. So I'm literally, the people that appreciate me, appreciate my art, don't have no problem contributing to what I'm doing and want to see me shine. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the rest of the people, I could give a fuck about none of that. You know what I'm saying?
And they'll come along.
Like, exactly. Of course.
The Stanley come, ladies come. That's
for sure.
That's the nature of the business, right? Yeah.
For sure. But
I
mean,
there, remember, I seen that and I forgot to go. I think I got it in the car, so I'm gonna go back and get that.
Nah, it's all good, bro. It's all good, bro.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's literally like, you know, for an artist to be able to do that, to be able, like, I got vinyls available, CDs available, shirts available, things like that. For an artist to be able to do something like that and roll it out like that and be able to put money back in their pocket immediately, you know what I'm saying? Just off of finding people and investing in themselves, you know what I'm saying? It changes the game, bro. Because off of one release, let's just say I could pocket, let's just say $2,000 off of one release. If I do releases every quarter, we talking about now, that's $8,000 a year that I could pour back into the craft.
Back into it, flip it, right. Yep.
And it doesn't have to be like that always, but I'm saying, you know, every artist has a season to where they just dumping out product. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like they're feeding the beast. And as you go, you're going to get more people that's hungry for the music. And it's like, you could slow down or you could speed up, whatever you want. Yeah, it's up to you. But, you know, I've learned lesson through people that I admire and their experiences. And, you know, I pray as far as like my journey, people learn from my experience as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's the culture to me. To me, what you just said, like you made me think about something. My homeboy, at a point in time, man, I can't remember when, I used to be like, I'll do this for free.
Yep.
And I did, like in my heart, because you know, I don't have to tell you that. People that are creative will do it for free. However, you can make money off of something that you are passionate about.
Yep.
And you don't have to, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to give it away. You don't have to be that. But I remember my man, when I was in this mode, he was like, bro, you invested in this, you done this. And I was like, yeah, I ain't really sweating it. And he was like, he used to say, oh man, there's a term he used to say. It was like, basically he was saying like, this ain't, but it's a business. He used to tell me that. And I used to be like, yeah, I used to think that was whack because of what I had seen. Like,
I do it for the love. I do it for the love.
I do it for the love.
Exactly.
And there's a happy medium. Doing it from the love And that's where fans are willing to buy your stuff because they know and feel that you're doing it for money.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's when they show up. That's when they buy your merch. That's when they come to your show.
Yep.
You feel me? That's when they buy the physical copies. Because who buys physical copies now?
Yep. They
do like, this dude got. You can feel it in what they saying or what the beat they made. You can feel it. So you should definitely get paid off.
Oh yeah.
You know,
one book that changed my life, bro, is called Real Artists Don't Starve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I've heard of that.
It changed my perception, bro, because it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was doing stuff for the love for the most. And, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, like, struggling to get by. And it's like, you know, I wasn't putting myself in a position to where I can be paid for my art. To where it's like I ultimately just gave people access to me that distracted me from the vision that put me behind in my goals. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like I had to realize that the people that actually truly value my art and that are worth me pouring into are willing to pour back into me and give me energy back, and are willing to you know, they want to see me go forward. They want to see me be able to do more and better things. Because if this is what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, off of strictly just doing the art and not investing money into my artistry, I can't imagine when somebody drop a bag and it's like, all right, let's get this money together. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we really gonna be doing?
What we really gonna be doing?
You know exactly. So it's like, it's a difference.
Conditioned to it. You already conditioned once. That bag that comes, you already in mode to the work ethic is there, and the passion always been there.
Oh yeah.
And I just feel like that's a formula for we see it in artists all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like a Kendrick Lamar.
Yep.
I think that's a great example of somebody that passion is just not waning.
As an artist, how do you feel like you found your sound, bro?
Just over, it's like writing, right? It's just kind of getting into just like writing over the years. You kind of just start to understand how you're going to lyrically put things together. And then I'm a big person about, I do what the beat say. You know what I'm saying?
Like the beats will take you somewhere just off of it, just listening to it.
Just listening to it, Sure. So, I try to, and then it's also, you know, I'm a fan of it. So there's artists that are in my DNA, right? So like, I would have to say, it's so many I can say in my DNA because I'm a fan.
Definitely
but
Wu-Tang.
Those that stand out, definitely Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
like
I heard
Ghost. Ghost is in my top 5. You know what I mean? Sure. Biggie. Definitely Big and Ghost. And then I want to say somebody else, but I can't really think of it. It's been a while since I even thought about it. But you know, those
that's a touchy subject, man. It always changes.
Kind of the rhyming pattern.
I feel it.
It does.
I feel it.
It does.
I feel it. How important is faith to you?
Man, that's all we got. Right? Like
100%.
That's what I think that's a big part of creativity too. Like maybe it's a thing that's not some people can't really see as a parallel, but when you're doing what we doing, especially when you put it out to the masses, right? It's kind of like, well, part of you is like, I created this thing. I'll say it this way. I always look at thoughts coming from, it's a download, right?
Coming straight from God.
Straight from God. And so you have a choice that just because you download don't mean you know what I'm saying, you use it either.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people ain't willing to be vulnerable, you know what I'm saying? In the space to where it's like, this is what I created. You either like it or you don't, you know what I mean? To where it's like, you know, you putting out your art, you know, somebody could hear your shit and be like, yo, it's trash. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Are you okay with somebody?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a big risk. A lot of people that's what stops them from taking that first step at all, because they scared of what people gonna say. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like when you're an artist and you're not scared of what people say, it shows. You know what I'm saying? It shows through the art, because it's like unapologetic. Like with you, like I could tell you're comfortable in your zone to where it's like what you're making it's like you said, just a straight download. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like God is talking through you type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's dope. But I always ask people that, you know what I'm saying, just to get everybody's take on it. And you know, for me, faith is very important. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only reason I'm here and even able to do the shit that I'm doing. So I appreciate
you see what I mean? It's like a big component of just being creative. I mean, not just since we're talking about the music realm, but just in life in general.
Oh yeah.
And then, but you know, as the saying goes, faith without works is dead. So and on those days, and I know you understand this for sure, but those days where you don't feel like working, like you just burn out, and then sometimes I realize too, that means today you just chill.
Yeah.
But that's also when the faith part kicks in too, to kind of give you some, I worked hard yesterday or I worked hard all last week. I'm gonna take the day off and just chill. And that is exercising faith, because this is a grind. You got to keep doing it.
Yeah, God on the seventh day, he said it's perfect. Right. I'm gonna chill. You know what I'm saying? So it's
I'm
like,
gonna chill, right?
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? On the seventh day. So it's like, you know, we made in his image. We gotta also know that we need rest too. You know what I'm saying? We only human. You know what I mean? So it's dope. It's dope. For you, what makes a good song or beat?
That's a great question. I'll start with the beat first.
For sure.
I think a good beat evokes emotion. And there's different ranges of emotion, right? So, beat-wise, it's one of those things, I can rhyme over anything. Me personally, I can rhyme over anything. I prefer to do boom bap. I prefer soul music, samples. That for me is an ideal beat to me.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, and at the same time, there's songs that I like that don't have those elements in it. So I like it listening to it. But I think that the whole element of it is it's supposed to evoke some type of emotion, right? That's the I could go off on a tangent with that, so I'm gonna go to the song part of the question first. I think what makes a good song is so I'm one of those, I like, you know, you have a structure, structure to a song. So you got your 16 bars, you got your hook, you got a bridge, you got an intro, yada, yada, yada. So technically, right, those should have those elements. But my hesitation was, there's songs that, matter of fact, one of my singles, and I put it out as a single off the album, it's called Morning. There's no hook. It's just me rhyming.
That joint is dope.
And I like songs. So technically that's not the standard structure of a song. But I like when other artists do that too. Like that.
It's just going against the grain type thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it has to be tastefully done. You know what I mean?
It gotta be right. It gotta be tastefully done. Right.
You know, like back in the day, Wayne used to do stuff with no hook. You know what I'm saying? But it's like he had your attention from start to finish, to where it was like
from start to finish.
You didn't need a hook. Like at the end of the song, when he got done saying whatever he was saying, it's like you were like, wow, let's play it again.
Let's play it again.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And that's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Those songs are meant for you to think.
Yep.
And it's hard to say. The lingo now is so cliche sometimes.
Yep.
But like you said, like you hear, ain't no hook to it. But he kept your attention from beginning to end, and it make you want to go back and listen. To what he was saying, because you make, you know, and we talking about Wayne, so it's like he may say a double entendre or triple entendre that you
may go over your head. You ain't, exactly. You ain't even catch it to the second or third listen. You know what I mean? So it's like,
and so to me, those are the best songs. To me, when it's like, oh, yeah, I called that the first way. That also means that, like, going back and it's like, yo, I missed that. That is dope.
Yeah. Nah,
how you put that together, bro?
Right? And that just gives you an ultimate respect for the artist, you know what I'm saying? Because if you felt like it didn't need a hook, it don't need a hook. You know what I'm saying? But
it don't need a hook,
Tomato, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Any books you're reading that have changed your life or that you've read before?
Oh, man. So good. Several books.
Go ahead, shout them out for the independent artists or just anybody in general that could take value from, you know what I mean, your journey and what you've learned.
Definitely. Matter of fact, I got none but books in front of me right now. But this one, What They'll Never Tell You About the Music Business. This is a great book. What's another one? I got to start with, even though it's not technically about music, but the autobiography of Malcolm X.
Oh, that was a good one.
When I read that back in high school, I think. Yeah, that changed my life.
No, that joint is fire.
The Bible, the Quran. So many books. Like, I'm surrounded by books right now, trying to pull out ones that stick out.
Nah, I feel it. I got a couple.
There's another one. I can't think of the author. I need to know the author's piece. Sorry about that. But there's one called by Dr. Claude Anderson called Black Labor, White Wealth.
Let me look that up.
Yeah, that's a good book because that one, it just put you into the mind state of ownership, or you're gonna be owned.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's super powerful. Yeah, I'm adding that one to my cart right now.
There's a lot more, but those stand out to me.
For sure. What's the average day look like for you?
Oh man. I usually start my day like 3 or 4 o'clock in the AM. I spend an hour. Usually I do some type of calisthenics, some type of exercise for like 45 minutes. Some 45 minutes to an hour. I have a by myself meeting. And then either before or after that by myself meeting, I usually do some like meditation. And that's the meditation part for me is like prayer.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of
absolutely.
I won't say substitute, but it's communion for me.
When did you start putting that into place?
That, usually get some. Say that again.
When did you start putting the meditation into place?
Oh man, maybe about 7 years ago.
Okay. And what was kind of like something that opened your eyes to it?
Oh, well, I had I like history. I study a lot of history in regards to like our people. And so that kind of opened up a lot of Egyptian type of stuff. And then, so through that research, I realized how important yoga was to the body of my life. So yoga is dope because you are literally exercising your body, your mind, and your spirit at the same time. like it's in unison. So there's points in time where with yoga, when you're done, I usually in a yoga session doing like I forgot what it's called, but you like stretching like your back up.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like you in a shape like that. I can't think of the term right now.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and so I usually end like that, and by the time I'm done, I just lay there. And so there's I've been trying to figure out how to take that energy and just roll over into meditation, but it ain't happening.
Nah, I feel it.
But
I feel
it. But anyway, so I had I just started doing that. It's a way to. Let me answer your question. So I took a trip I went to Egypt. I turned 40.
That's fire.
And a part of that, it was a part of the tour. I was able to go into the Prince's pyramid. And it was interesting because so now during this time, I'm just now kind of really getting into the daily yoga and the daily meditation stuff. And so I had an opportunity, happenstance, I was the only, you had this long ladder that you climb up to get to the Queen's Chamber. And there was people in there on tour, but they were coming out as I was going up. And so after I finished looking at everything, I said, I'm gonna meditate in here. And for me, it's something switched where it became this thing of, it just felt like I needed to do this just as much as I do like breathing or washing my face.
Yep.
It just became a part of, before then, I didn't do it every day. I was like, let me go meditate. I didn't meditate. But after that, it was a thing of like, nah, you have to do this every day.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, for me personally, I see the difference in when I don't meditate and when I do. You know what I'm saying?
You see a huge difference.
You know, your body, your brain, like just overall in general, the way your day goes is completely different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like straight chaos when you don't. I can't even. You know what I mean?
It's like like you're cleaning it's like you're cleaning something up, but you also put up the shield from. Everything that's going to come your way.
Everything you don't want. Everything you don't want. You know what I mean? Setting the intention.
Absolutely.
What sacrifices have you made to get where you are right now?
Oh, man. Plenty. Really just, like, I would say like I used to be, it's funny me saying it now out loud, I used to be a clubber. Like I used to club every night of the week that a club was open. That comes with at least I did associate that with drinking and getting high and stuff like that. I had to put all that down. It was just I looked at it like the sacrifice of. For one, it's like, what are you celebrating? You celebrating nothing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got this thing that you're wanting to do. You want to create and provide for people that you love or whatever. But you acting like you're already there.
Yep.
So I had to, those things were, and it was easy to go once I put into that perspective.
What put it in that perspective to you? Like, was it something that happened, or like, just one day you woke up and was like, why am I doing this every day?
Nothing really happened, bro. Like, it's crazy. Like and it all didn't happen at once either. So it's kind of like, the clubbing was the first thing. I remember.
Okay.
One night, the club was rocking, right? Downtown Orlando. It was this club called The Bank. Club was rocking. Me and my crew go in the club. I'll never forget that night because as soon as the club was rocking so hard. When we got in the door, this young lady was dancing there. She just dropped and just bounced it on the floor. Like, I was like, wow. As soon as we get there.
As soon as you got there. Yeah.
Soon, I was like, it's going to be on. The club was rocking. At some point in that night, I remember going upstairs and looking down. Everybody having fun. I was like, I ain't doing this no more. And so the club thing kind of waned off, right? That waned off that night. But then it's also like smoking. I used to look, I don't think nothing's wrong with smoking weed. For me, doing it for so long, and then the money being spent on it, you don't even realize how much money you spent on it.
It's crazy. It's ridiculous.
You don't even realize it.
But it's like when it's a part of you, it's like it feels like something that you have to do. But,
right.
Like when you take it out of, rotation, you don't realize. That's when the clarity starts coming. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So,
that's when the clarity comes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was just able to. I'm pretty sure you're a multitasker too.
Oh yeah.
And so I realized in my production to be able to multitask just shot through the roof.
Oh yeah.
So that was something easy to give up. So I realized with the sacrificing that sometimes we look at sacrificing something as giving up something. But as a return that you're getting something.
Yeah.
In return when you sacrifice.
Yeah.
Well, you should be.
How bad do you want it?
Right.
For sure.
So in the long run, I'd rather, if I was still clubbing and still smoking and being chasing women and stuff like that, I would not be done with this album.
I was just about to say the album wouldn't be done at all.
Wouldn't be done. It would not be done. You know what I'm saying? Like just in the structure of the label, like because simultaneously doing that, it's like getting the label up and structured and all that. There's no way.
Yep.
And that's something I always wanted to do. So
yep, I feel it.
Easy trade-off at the end of the day.
For sure. But like you said, the clarity comes when you start giving up those vices and just like focusing on what it is that you want to do, because there's no more distractions.
There's no more distractions. Yeah,
absolutely. What's three of your? Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say one last thing about it too. Like, it's a trap in being an entertainer. Those vices. There's a mogul now sitting in the feds because of vices.
Oh yeah.
And and that's just kind of a high extreme level of that, but made me think about my heart go. And I feel a little worried about Kodak Black. And seeing, just he's a talented young dude, and I saw him trying to shift out of like you see him try to move into kind of recess back. And we see it all the time. Like one of my favorite movies of all time is like the Temptations movie. And you see Paul, who could not, he didn't even, beginning of that, he didn't even take a drink. He didn't drink at all. They got famous, got on the road. He became an alcoholic, and he couldn't even perform on something he really loved. He couldn't do anymore because of that vice. So.
Yeah, I haven't.
It's just better to get that, clean that out, or get it structured before you know what I mean?
No, I definitely feel that. What are some of your favorite movies? What are some of your favorite movies?
Let's see. Requiem for a Dream, or Requiem of a Dream, I believe it's called. That's a crazy movie, bro. I don't know if you've seen that.
Nah, what's that about?
Oh man. So shortly, like a Cliff's Notes version of it. It's so Marlon Wayans is in it. Jake Gyllenhaal, and I can't think of the white girl name right now. So And then, so Jake Gyllenhaal, so the three of them, they buddies, and they pretty much on heroin. Right? Jake Gyllenhaal's mom she ends up getting on prescription, supposed to be like a weight loss pill, but it was speed. So she get addicted to speed. And the movie just shows you them just falling down by these vices. And it's like, it's real a character of it in a sense. Like, for example, the mom, she's trying to lose weight to get on a TV show. So somehow she gets some pills, thinking they diet pills, and the speed. It's totally innocent. And to the point where now she gets so hooked on the speed, so she get the Bobby Brown jaw. And it's a part in the movie where she's hearing stuff and in the refrigerator, so she's trying not to eat, starving herself. The refrigerator is moving towards her, in her mind at least. She to the point of, and the movie is very dark. So at the end of the movie, she loses her mind. And they take her to a mental hospital, and then they're doing shocking. They're shocking her to get her. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, bro. What's some other ones?
Yo, it's a real trippy movie, bro. It's really good. So Requiem of a Dream. Let's see, another good movie. I would probably say I gotta go to a hood movie. But it's so many of them. I can't even pick one. I would have to say maybe Boys in the Hood. I know it's cliche. Okay.
Yeah, but it's all good, bro.
You know what I mean? But I mean, it's a good movie. It's a lot of lessons in it.
Oh yeah.
Can't really think of another one right now. But yeah, those two for sure stand out.
What's your most memorable moment on the come up?
Wow. Man, that is a great question. I would probably have to say man, there's so many. I would probably have to say the getting an opportunity to do the track with Ghostface, because I'm a big fan of it. So I think that is one of the many, just that opportunity. I had made I do production as well, but I had made a beat for him years ago, and he bought it. And I remember at the time, I was like, yeah, man, I want to, get you to feature on the track. He was like, yeah, that's cool. I don't charge you but $30,000. I'm like, damn, $30,000. So the opportunity came back around. He threw me a bone. That was years later. So maybe 5 years between those conversations. So that's one of the highlights. Because I'm just a big fan of his music anyway.
Yeah, Ghost he's one of them ones, man.
Yeah.
Him, Raekwon, RZA, Method Man. Those are all just cut from a different cloth in a different way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those were definitely standouts for the Wu-Tang for me, bro.
Yeah, you can name them, yeah.
Give me 3 of your favorite albums that inspired you.
Oh man, 3. As we did the same vein, Ghost, Supreme Clientele. That's one of mine. One of the great ones. Let's see. I'm trying to think which Kanye album. Either between My Beautiful Dark or Twisted Fantasy, that album, or I would say college dropout. It's a toss up between those two.
Okay.
Kanye's is one of them too.
Yeah, he a genius, man.
Yeah, he's a genius. Yeah. Another one probably would be 444 by Jay. Yeah.
When we were talking about
real quick, the reason I choose 444 because for somebody who didn't have to be vulnerable or just not really known for, like, he would, there's other songs that he's done where he's telling the story that's vulnerable, or like Song Cry, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But that's real. That's still Player, right? That's still.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But on 444, it's like he really like, let me get in. Not only get in the bag of the stuff that was going on with him and his wife at the time, but just as a people too, like legacy, like, just that it was very grown. It's a grown man album. It's a dad, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. When we was talking about age earlier,
from a perspective as a dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When we was talking about age earlier in hip hop, that was something I was gonna bring up, man, because that album, that 444 album, it just proves that, like, as artists, man, the music and the art only gets better with time. Like when you grow and you start thinking different and you're able to put those rhyme schemes down with like what you learned in the 90s, or like how when you was rapping when you grew up and stuff, like it hits different, not only to just the people that don't know that crowd, but the people that grew up in that era as well. You know what I'm saying? And it just trickles down from there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I love that album. You know what I'm saying? I got it on vinyl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love it.
Even though they ain't make it on vinyl, you know what I'm saying? I still got it on. I had to buy the bootleg of that shit.
Yeah.
Nah, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, they didn't put it on vinyl?
Nah, they didn't. They definitely didn't. But I got
you had to get the bootleg. I ain't mad at that, because that deserves to be on vinyl, bro.
I got it right here. Definitely.
Oh, man.
Yep. But
fire, bro.
Nah, definitely. Who are people in your circle that push you forward?
Definitely my man Jay Strange. And it's funny because that's the guy I was telling you earlier. He was like, man, we ain't doing this for fun, man. We just get some money.
Yep.
But the thing is, he understands. It's funny because he matter of fact, the song there's a single that I'm putting out tomorrow that he's on. He doesn't write. Like, he's one of them, like Big or Jay. They go, the mumbles, and then come. So he came up with the hook and his verse on the spot. I was like, literally put on the beat. I was like, yo, I'll never forget. I was in North Carolina at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I had a setup there. I'm literally about to go to the airport to come back to Orlando. He come over. He's like, it was good. I was like, I just finished working on this. What, you think you can do something of that? He goes, yeah, hit record. Came over with the hook, laid his. I was like, that, and then I went to the airport.
Yep.
That's amazing. But I said that to say, but he don't really take it serious.
Mm-hmm.
But he appreciates me taking it serious. So he's like, yo, bro, get the money. You know what I'm saying? Take it. You know what I'm saying? You can't hang out and watch football Sunday. Don't you got something to be doing? Mm-hmm. Can you do it from here? Can you do it from here? You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So
that's fine.
Definitely him. And then just motivation for my kids too. Like my kids.
How many kids you got?
They motivate me. 4.
That's what's up.
Yep.
Kids definitely motivate you, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to be in a different space, man. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Walk us through your process when you're creating something new. Do you have any rituals, habits, things you do when you're in the studio? I know you say you put down like smoking and drinking. What are some of the things that you've put into making music now that you're not doing those things?
Usually it's I'll turn the lights off and like put on like some LED lights. Like I like it dark.
Yeah.
Which it's crazy because sometimes they don't stay that way because I need to see. So I turn on the light. But
especially if you're writing physically in the notebook and stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, let me turn this lamp on.
Yeah.
But I start out that way. And then like some incense. So if I got a beat, so that's usually how I start. If I'm writing, lights down, lights low, incense, and I just had the beat on loop. And before I even start writing, it's like, what is the beat telling me right now? Like, what is the beat saying right now? Is this going to be some dancey thing? Is this some thought, you know what I'm saying, introspective thing?
It'll just take you somewhere else.
You know, and then,
I feel it.
And that's usually it.
What's some advice you would tell your younger self?
If I could go back and smack 17-year-old me, I'd go back and smack him. But I would just be like, you know, everybody can't come, man.
Benny said it best.
Everybody can't. Yeah, he did. And everybody can't
go, man.
And the ones that are willing to go, you'll see them too.
Yep.
But definitely recognize the ones that
energy is undeniable.
It's undeniable. And that's funny you say that because we make up excuses for what we see right in front of us.
Yep. It's all in front of our face. We got less than 1 minute left, bro. Is there anything that you want to talk about that's on the way? Any shout outs you want to give?
Just shout out to you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
No doubt.
Yeah, just I got Life in the Kia D exclusively on my website. I'm not streaming it.
Taking it back, taking the game back. That's what I'm talking about, man. For sure.
Yeah.